Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. My name is CityZilla, and today we are in the city of Canalville, where we are going to be building out a large naval base, which I'm actually super excited about it. I've been kind of doing some testing, and I think it's going to be fun. And so before we jump in, I did want to go over a few things that I did off camera. And so I had looked at everybody's suggestions for our prison island and implemented a few of the bigger ones that I saw. Mainly, I got rid of that interchange that came off the freeway and tunneled underneath. I felt like it would just be a little bit safer to have a road. And so after looking at this, I felt like this was a really good location, and then I did a toll booth here just to create a little bit of like a security checkpoint, and I even put in a couple of these little police substations right here, these like guard buildings. I think it looks really good, and so now it's just a little more of a controlled access area, and so it'd be harder for any of the prisoners to escape. And then by not having the freeway right there as well, I feel like it's just a little bit safer. And then I did extend our catwalk network as well. I'm not really sure why I didn't add them in over here, but especially since this is like our maximum security area, we would want some sort of separation with the guards. And so this just makes it a little bit easier for them to control any sort of outbreaks or riots or anything crazy that could happen. And so the last thing I did, I went ahead and added in this huge car factory with some warehouses over here. And I got these distribution centers off the Steam Workshop. I think they look really cool. And then I extended out this little industrial park over here. These buildings don't really do anything, like this one's just empty for right now, and so what I'm thinking is these are just abandoned portions of maybe an older prison system or something like that, or maybe old industrial buildings. So it's kind of funny, this one has smoke coming out the top even though nobody's in it. And so I think this is really cool. Now our prisoners have somewhere to work and kind of just spend their days and stuff like that. And so I think that's pretty good. And so today we're basically going to be building out the entire outside area. We need to do a cargo port in here so that any of our goods could get in or out. I know for this we need animal products, plastics, glass, and metals. And so for right now, literally these warehouses are getting shipments from pretty much all over the city. Hopefully they're actually coming down here to our current ship harbor and then delivering rather than driving all the way over to our ore or oil industry, but I'm not really sure. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, I went ahead and extended out our island a little bit, and then I moved our ship path as well, just so that we could get a little further out from the island. So I want to jump in here, go to dry dock, and I got these awesome modular dry docks off of the Steam Workshop. And I really wanted to do like a seawall out here or something, but I feel like it's not a big enough area to be able to do one that is functional. Maybe let me know what you guys think. We may come back in and add it in. And so I'm going to go ahead and move these together so that we can line them up. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and copy it. And I think we're going to do probably about 3 of these. We'll copy it. And so I think that looks pretty good right there. And so basically this is where they needed it, if they needed to do repairs on the hull or something, they would actually bring the boat in and then drain the water. And this is something that you definitely see in docks a lot. And so I wanted to definitely have one in here so that they could work on the warships or whatever they wanted to do. And so I do now want to do a portion that comes out. So we're actually going to jump into rural roads. And what I'm going to do is go to our lovely dirt road, and I want to come out like right here, and I'm going to go to force ground piece, and then we'll come over probably about like that far. We don't need it to be super wide, but I want it to be wide enough. So then now if I go down, come out a little bit, and then do the same thing. All right, and so now I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side as well. I want to make it level with that, so I'm actually going to come out over here and then go in. Yeah, nice, perfect. And there we go. And so now we have a couple piers in here. We have dry docks in the middle. I feel like this is already looking pretty good. And then what we're going to do is create some other little shapes in here. I don't want them to just be all square. And so now we need to jump into our level terrain tool, and we're going to decrease the brush size a little bit. We're going to come in here and just kind of bring that space out. And then we're going to do the same thing in here, but bring the ground up. Nice. And so let's go ahead and get rid of that, and let's unpause and let this flood real quick. And I'm actually going to jump into the selection tool, grab all of this, and then I'm going to Control H on an area that we know is level. And so now this should take a second for it to flood. This is a lot of water, and so I'm just going to let it run real quick. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and upgrade these to these big keys, the modern pedestrian key, and I really like them. We're going to have to come back through and probably bob out some of the benches and stuff, as I don't know if that would be completely accurate for this area, but I like that it doubles as a road. And I like that it has sharp edges. That's really what we're trying to go for here. I don't want to have like rounded key edges. I'd rather them be pretty sharp. So I'm going to go ahead and finish upgrading these and then flip them all around to the correct direction. And there we go. That already looks so much better. So now what I want to do is jump into the Bob mod, and we are going to choose this network. and we're going to go to triple lamp post, and we could keep the lamp post there, but you know, we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the benches as well, and we're going to get rid of the trash cans too. Nice. There we go. And so now we have a nice squared off pier, and I think we can actually get rid of the fences too, because that would be good. So if we came in here, that's so interesting. So I guess not. So park trash bin. Okay, well, I guess not with the fence, but it's all right. We can do little normally ships like this will have bridges that will actually access the ship. It wouldn't just be directly on from the pier, so there'd probably be a little stairs that would come out. And so now I do want to have this cut across here as well. So we are going to probably go from right here and then have it connect up right there. And then let's go ahead and flip this around. I feel like that looks pretty good. I do want to clean up these key walls just a smidge though. So we'll come in here, just clean these up. This looks pretty good as well. And then now this allows us to be able to put in some facilities in here, dock our ships, be able to do some dry docks with cranes and stuff, which I think we're definitely going to do. And I think this is a great start. And so let's go ahead and look at our ships now. So if I come in here and just search up USS, so then this is like an aircraft carrier. What's this one? So this one actually floats, I want to say. Yeah, you know what? That looks pretty good. So then let's put this in a bigger area. So probably go like right there, and then let's go back to our ships again. Let's go, what is this one? USS Texas. Oh, and this one actually does float, which is great. I like the look of that one too. That's awesome. And so let's go ahead. I think we're going to do 2 off of each side. I like that one too. That actually looks like it's older. I thought it was more of a modern ship, but I think it was just missing some stuff. So I think we're going to do 2 of these off of this, because a lot of times they'll have these boats parked right next to each other. And then let's go ahead and look up some other Navy ships, because I know those aren't the only ones. Let's go ahead and place that down. Oh yeah, that one looks great. And that one is a floating one, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and bring this in. We'll go like right there. Let's go ahead and do a second one like right behind it. Yeah, nice. I like this. I don't know if these are wide enough. I feel like this would probably need to be wider, because this really can only do 1 now because the aircraft carriers are. We'll see. We may have to come back through here and figure that out. But I like those ships. Those are awesome. I like the aircraft carrier. I think that looks really cool, and I like these ones too. I definitely am. This one's got a lot of great detail. Even though it's definitely darker, you really can't see it as much. All right, so I feel like that's probably pretty good. So we got 2 aircraft carriers, a couple of battleships over here, and then I really like these ships. I think these are awesome. For some reason, the other boats that I have, I can set them to be cargo ships, but I can't plop them for some weird reason, and so I'm gonna kind of play around with them and see what I can find. Okay, so now what I want to do is start designing out our road layout. So let's go ahead and jump into a 4-unit road, and I believe we were using one that had the little median on the other side. Yeah, we'll use this guy right here. We really don't need any trees or anything to kind of spruce it up. We're going to come back through and detail up some stuff, but really don't think having trees on the roads is necessary. And so we will come back here, and I think we're going to turn this, and we're going to end up turning it this way. And I want to have enough space on both sides to be able to put some buildings. I don't want it to be right up against that cliffside right there. So I want this to come this way. And then what we'll do is we will turn this out. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on snapping so I can get it at a 90 coming off the road. And I want this to go into the middle. So I think that right there is probably pretty good. And so what we're gonna do for our roads, we're gonna go into rural, and we're gonna use this country road. We will do roads going down. So let's actually go into a 1-unit road. We're going to do 1 unit 2-way, and we are going to have it come up like right here. We're going to have it come up and connect. And perfect. Nice. And then we just need to level this out. So I'm going to grab that node, Control H right there, and then jump into Network Multi-Tool, go to Slope Mode, our nice little leveling cheat. Grab that, go like that. Perfect. And so now we have access down here, which is just fantastic. And so I'm going to go ahead and throw in some roads over here as well, have them go around. And then we'll come back and start doing some buildings and stuff. Okay, and so I got the road network in, and so now what I want to do is start doing some warehouses and some supporting buildings for these areas. And so I got a bunch of these smaller warehouses. Okay, and so what we'll do is go ahead and place one of these down, and then what I'm going to do is grab it and then turn it. And I want this to go all the way down. So we will grab this, go like right there, and I want it to be level with this. And so I'm going to go ahead and copy this all the way down, and I'm going to make it a connected roof. And there we go. And so now we have a nice little warehouse in here. And so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and select all of these with the Move It mod. And then I will go into my settings and go to line up objects. And what that's going to do is just make sure that they're all in line, because I want them to be right with each other. And so I think that's probably good right there. I think that looks good. It's definitely a nice little sized warehouse right there. and then it fills in this whole side. And so now what I think we'll do is do another one over here. So I'm going to go ahead and place this down and then turn it. And there we go. And so now we have 2 large warehouses right off this side. And the reason I decided to do those was because I saw a lot of these kind of longer warehouses in there. And so now what I want to do is come in here to our warehouse tab and see if we got any others that look good in here. So like this one would look cool. These bigger ones would obviously look good. I think this one's a little too big. Let's actually, so this is like a small little industrial shop. These are the ones we used. I like these ones. These ones are kind of small. We can kind of bring these around sporadically. So I want to do some cranes over here as well. So let's actually look up some cranes. I don't think we're going to do any of the rolling ones, though. This one could actually look good. Let's see how big this is. It's a little bit small for a gantry crane. I think maybe this one would be good. So go ahead and place that there, and then we will place this one here. We're going to go ahead and do one on this side as well. So this would be just to work on the ships, and then what we'll do is grab one of these nicer ones, and we will place this like right in the middle. I actually think I'm going to need to copy it, so I'm going to go back to the movie mod, grab that, copy it. Yeah, nice. Look at that. I think that looks really cool. I do want to bring that down just a smidge. Okay, and there we go. I feel like that looks pretty good. I kind of wish the water wasn't coming through here. I wonder if we can adjust that at all. It's kind of a weird clipping thing that we're having happen right there. I wonder if we have to go a little further in. This is the first time I've worked with these dry docks, and so I'm not sure why this one's like that, but then these ones aren't. It's kind of weird. All right, so let's go back to our warehouses, and we will fill some of these in. So let's come down here. I think we're going to just do some of these ones. So we will fill these in, go one by one, and I want them to be lined up. So maybe we'll go like that, and then let's go ahead and do some on this side. So I think I'm going to copy a bunch of these. We'll probably go like that, copy it, and there we go. So we have some warehouses over here, some over there. It's already looking pretty good. We do need to get just a couple parking lots in, and then just some more warehouses, and I think we will be good. So I want to come in here, and I'm just going to do some of these smaller parking lots real quick. Okay, so I went ahead and put in 4 parking lots total, and so these would just be for the workers in the area so that they had somewhere to park if they were maybe working on the ships or any of the other facilities in the area like the warehouses or anything. And so I do want to come back here and do some more warehouses. So we have some of these ones. I feel like these look great. So we'll go ahead and place down just a couple of these. Okay, so now what we're going to do is place down some small warehouses with some little parking lots. So I got these small little parking lots that I've had for a long time now. So we're going to go ahead and place down probably 3 of these, and then we will go back to those other warehouses. And just to fill you guys in, I did have to go into Rico with these ones and adjust their settings because they were already going abandoned. I was like, what's happening here? And so I went ahead and turned them into dummy buildings so that they aren't actually used, which I think these facilities will be used as industrial once we get water pipes and everything in here. But I feel like this looks pretty good. One of the things that I'd found by searching around on naval yards is that there tends to be like a bunch of just random buildings everywhere and stuff like that for, I'm guessing, just support like maintenance or anything having to do with the ships. Like I would imagine that everybody has their own little shop down there depending on what you do. And so I do want to place a couple of these bigger warehouses down here as well. There was a few pretty large facilities that I saw, so we're going to go ahead and go like this. And then what we're going to do is search up that parking lot again, and there was a ton of parking. I'm guessing because there's probably just not a lot of people who actually live on the base or live in the area, and so they drive in every day and then have to drive back home. So we're gonna go ahead and go like that. Nice. I feel like that looks pretty good. And then I like these 2 little warehouses too. And so these are gonna be industrial buildings, so we'll get some traffic. This will be one that'll be good. I feel like this looks pretty good. And so we will come in here and surface paint pretty much all of this now. That was another big feature. There was a ton of concrete pretty much everywhere. All right, concrete in, and this is a bunch of it. And so now I do want to go back to those warehouses again and just kind of fill in some of the empty spaces with them. So I want to come up over here, and I think we'll place down some right here, and we're going to actually jump into Rico again and turn these into dummy buildings. So add local dummy 0, and then turn off realistic population since we don't use it, and save and apply changes. Perfect. And so now that will allow this building to hopefully, it won't go abandoned, which is good. And so let's go ahead and place a couple of these down here. We're gonna go, nice. I feel like that's probably good. And then I think we'll do a small road in here too. I feel like this is missing a road. Yeah, let's go like that. Perfect. And then we just need to level this out real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold shift and then control H right there. Nice. So now we have a little bit of access down here, which would be good. And then we could put a small parking lot as well. I feel like we have a ton of parking already though. And so we'll probably just leave that empty, maybe just put some storage. So let's see if we have any like industrial. Okay, so I went ahead and just used a couple of generic industry, just filler stuff. And I think during our detailing time lapse, I'll do the same thing. I think this looks pretty good so far though. And so now I want to move on to our academy. So let's actually unpause so we can, so we need to do water pipes real quick. Let's actually get water pipes in here real quick before any of our warehouses or anything go bankrupt. I'm gonna go ahead and get that done real fast. Okay, water pipes in, and so now let's start working on this other area. Okay, so for this side, what I'm thinking is we will do a road off and then do another toll booth with a couple little security entrances, since we would want to have controlled access for this whole island, and so I think that that would be our best bet. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this, and then I'm gonna turn off snapping. I'm going to curve it down, have it go to the ground, and then I will go over to toll booths, go to our small toll booth, and then snap it right there. And then I think we're going to end up deleting this so that we can get a little bit better of an angle out of that. And then we'll go to freeform, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on snapping so that I can see that the line right there. And there we go. Nice. Look at that. And so what I'm thinking is we're going to do some barracks right here. And I was really hoping to get like a war college or something like that in here, but I really don't have like a ton of great buildings, but I think we may still play around with it. And so we are going to use this same barracks as up here because I feel like this barracks just looks really good. We could actually, I think I got some other military barracks too. So let's actually look at those first. So if I jump in here and I type in military, so we have a bunch of them actually. So let's actually go this way. So let's see what these are. So this actually looks pretty good. So if we actually just use that one, we're going to go to the rural road. We're going to go to this 2-lane country road since this really works out well for this area. So then we're going to come up this way, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off snapping. Then I'm going to come this way. Then we can come in here and just start placing these down. So if we're going to go ahead and give a little space in the middle so that we can do some paths and stuff like that. Then we're going to go ahead and pause because I don't want these to go abandoned because we don't have water just yet. So we're going to go ahead and place these all the way down. And then now what I'm going to do is actually jump in here and add local, and I'm going to turn these into residential. We're going to do low, and we'll probably say worker home count, probably go like 1, 2, yeah, we'll do 4. 4 is probably good. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off unrealistic mod since we don't use it. And I'm going to hit save and apply, and that should go to all the buildings. Yes, it did. Nice. And so now we have some awesome little housing over here, and we have some space to be able to do like a park or something like that, something fun. And so now I want to go back into rural roads, and I want to do some bigger houses over here. You wouldn't just have like barrack houses on a base. I was kind of doing some research on this, and so you'd still have some normal houses for people who are maybe married or officers. I guess once you get to a certain rank, maybe you get a house. I'm not entirely certain, but I know that there is regular houses as well. So we're going to go like this, and then what I'm going to use for these is our university houses because I feel like they're just such a fantastic little option for this area. So then if we go to growable, go to low density residential, and just scroll through here until we see that university housing, and we'll go like this. And so I want to choose one that's going to look good. Yeah, you know what, this looks good. And then I think what we'll do is literally just place them all the way down. And so correct me if I'm wrong, but I was thinking that this would be kind of like row housing for people who lived on base. So they'd be kind of like the same house. The only thing I really have to use as references movies, and so I could be entirely wrong, but go ahead and let me know. And there we go. So now we have a nice little row of houses in here. And you know what? I feel like we could probably even fit another row in there. I feel like that would just be fantastic. So then we will come in here, go to 1 unit, and we're going to go right here. And then let's try our best to just come in here. And I know we're going to kind of mess up some of this, but no, you know what? We're going to leave that backside empty. We can put some commercial and stuff on this front side, maybe do another park. I feel like that would be good. So I think this looks pretty good. We're going to come back through here and detail it. And then I think we will do a small row of commercial in here. So then I got this military supply depot that I think we are going to place over here. And I feel like this would just be a fantastic little area for this right here. And then again, we're going to come back through here and detail it. And I got a bunch of trucks and stuff, but I feel like because it's a naval base, maybe they wouldn't be everywhere quite as much. I like this building too. We could actually use this as a little supply depot. So like if we come over here, this would be like a little store maybe. I know I want to put down some signs. So we got these ones, which we've used before. We got these restricted signs, which I want to put in here. We're going to go ahead and go like that. And then we're going to come to the other side. Ooh, and we forgot to do our little guard post too. So I want to grab that real quick and put these down. So we're going to go ahead and put them on the other side. We'll go like that just because there's no zoning right here. So I feel like that looks pretty good. And then for the opposite side, I want to go ahead and do our cargo port. So I think for this, we're just going to leave it like that. We need to come in and do services, and then I want to do a park as well. Let's actually see if we can slide in the park right now. Maybe we could do one of the bigger parks. That could be good. Hey, you know what? I feel like this right here could be interesting. Maybe even on the other side. It'd be underneath the bridge. I don't know how I would feel about that, but it'd be right there. Yeah, you know what? That's not terrible, because then we can come in here and do some little dog parks too. Like, we would still want to have some amenities for these people, even though they're living on base. I would imagine there'd still be parks and stuff like that. And I know that there still is commercial. You know, they still have like little restaurants and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and go like this, and we're going to do the same thing here. Just some light shopping so that they could grab something to eat. Could do some grocery shopping, stuff like that. And then I think we may do some industrial on this side, but I'm not sure yet, because I know for this side, what we're going to do is jump into keys, and we are going to go to the standard key, and we're just going to draw this one in without doing the roads, because I don't think we're just going to go across. Yeah, I feel like that's probably pretty good right there. And then what I want to do is go ahead and clean it up. So I'm going to jump into the level terrain tool and just go around and clean up these edges a little bit, and then flip any of the ones that are facing the wrong way. And there we go. And so now we can unpause, and I went ahead and made sure that we got water over here so that those buildings don't go abandoned. And so now let's look at our cargo port. So if we come in here, go to ships and go to cargo hub, I would like to do that. I don't know if we could get a train in here though. We would have to snake the train like through the city, which I don't think would be great, which it actually looks like we might be able to snake a train line through here. This is an island map, and so I didn't optimize it for train. You know what, we're going to do the hub, and then we will leave it open for future use, just in case we do decide that train is something that we want to do, because it would definitely be much better for our city if we could. So maybe I'll play around with it in between episodes and see if I can come up with something that'll be good. Go ahead and let me know what you guys think. I know a few people have mentioned train in the past, but I've kind of shied away from it because just the nature of the island map, like there's no outside train connection. And so I think we're going to come this way, and then we will turn. And then what I'm going to do is have this just turn in. Yeah, we'll go like that. Perfect. Nice. And then what we can actually do is create another little line. So this is where it comes in and then it comes out. So if we just have this go straight, I feel like this will probably be good. So then I think what we're going to do is go ahead and upgrade this section right here to a 3-lane one-way. So we can't really do it that way. These buildings, of course, went bankrupt, went abandoned. So I think we're going to go to a 2-unit 4-lane road. So we're going to go like that. And then what we'll do is we will switch this other road to a 3-lane one-way, and that just allows the trucks when they pull out to have a little more room, because a lot of times they'll pull out in front of other cars and stuff. And then we'll jump into network multi-tool, go to unlock segment, unlock both of those, and then come back in here, right click, get out of network multi-tool, and then upgrade that. And so now that should be pretty good. I kind of wish this connection was a little bit better. I'm tempted to even do like a little bridge over maybe, but the majority of our traffic is going to be coming from this direction, so it'd be better if we could have some sort of loop around. So let's actually go ahead and see if we can do something like that. So if we come this way, I'm going to go ahead and turn off road bending, and then we could loop it this way. Let's see how that looks. I think we can jump in and move it and finagle that to work. So if we come up over here, go ahead and turn off snapping, go ahead and get rid of that node that's a little too close. And then let's jump into node controller, see if we can open this up just a bit. Yeah, you know what? I feel like this is going to work out pretty good. And so now we can jump in here, hold Alt, so we choose the right segments, and then bring this back just to line it up, and then do the same thing on this side, hold Alt, get the right segment, go right there. Fantastic. And so now we have multiple access. So if somebody did want to come up here, and then what I'm going to do is actually go into lane arrows and not allow these people to turn. Yeah, so we're going to come back in here. We're going to tell them to go straight. We do not want them making that sharp turn. We want these people to be able to make the turn. And so that should be better. It's definitely better than cutting these corners. And so now we should have multiple access points for this area. But what I'm hoping is that traffic coming from this way is just going to be a little bit faster now. We still do want them to yield coming this way though. So I think we will grab this, and it looks like it's not really going to let me do it. So what I'm going to do is just tell them to continue. And it looks like they already got it, so that's fantastic. Nice, and so we'll go ahead and play around with that and see how it works. I do want to put in a couple of container ports over here just for storage. So we're going to come in here and type in container, and we'll go ahead and put in a couple of these. We're not going to get crazy with it. This isn't a main port, so I think we'll just go like that. And then we will probably do some stacks and stuff too. So we could do an end capped too. I don't feel like we have enough space though. So what we'll do is we are now going to come into warehouses and just kind of clean this up. We definitely want to have a little more space. We could do some of our factories too. Like we could definitely do the lemonade factory. This would be fantastic if we could get down here. Man, I wonder. It's a really tight space. This would be tough because it's such a big building and we already have the car factory up there. So maybe not. So we'll go ahead and jump into warehouses, and I kind of want to do that distribution center again. I just absolutely love the look of that building. So if we come in here, and this one's huge. Man, I didn't realize that one was that big. So then we will let's go ahead and use the medium one. I feel like that's pretty good. So we have a nice little distribution center, and we're going to go ahead and set this up. We're going to do unique factory products, and then we're going to hit empty, but then we're going to do commercial zone goods so that it imports. We're going to keep that on balanced, and then we will keep this one as a backfill for this. So this one for some reason is not selling, so I'm hoping maybe now they will start coming down here. Having that many unique factory products is not good. We want them to sell that. So we got plastics, animal products, and glass. So I think for the low ones, we're going to do animal products so we can beef that up. And then let's go ahead and do glass as well, since that one was pretty low too. We're going to go ahead and keep those unbalanced because I really don't want them to start filling those up. I want them to be about middle of the road. And so now let's see if we're getting any cargo coming over here. So we have some cars coming. Let's go ahead and check out our transfer manager and see. So it looks like we got a couple cargo ships that are lined up, but they're not coming yet. So I want to see, we want to make sure that we're actually going to get cargo ships here, because I've had issues with these in the past, especially with the unlocked segments. Oh, there you go. So we got our first one. Ooh, and it looks like they actually are coming from the other one. So maybe I was wrong. Oh, I thought this whole time that it was only trains. That's fantastic. So it does look like they are transporting from there to there. Oh, that's super cool. It accepts cargo trains to deliver and pick up goods straight from the dock. And that is fantastic. I did not know that that was a thing. That's really cool. So now I guess they can transfer from way over here to over here or to over here. I mean, that's just really great. So this should really help out our area a lot. And I think this turn right here was a really smart idea. It's going to really help those people get through there much faster. And so now I think we will probably just use some filler roads in here. We really don't have a lot of demand for industrial, so I don't think we're going to get crazy, but I want to just do maybe a couple. So we'll come in here and just go like right here, just kind of fill these in. I don't know when or if those will actually fill up, but we'll just have to wait and see. Then we will come up over here and do the same thing. And you know what? I feel like that looks pretty good. And I think we will maybe fill in this area eventually, or even do just some more military buildings. I think that could be good. So if we come in here, search up military again, let's go ahead and do a bigger compound instead of just using those same buildings. So let's go in here. We're going to go to 1 unit road. We're going to come across. I'm going to go ahead and turn on snapping so I can get a nice angle out of that. Just don't want to leave this space empty. I feel like it's really barren, like it's calling for something. We'll go like that. Let's go ahead and cut it in right there. I feel like that would be good. Oh, and you know what we actually need to do is our water treatment. Let's put our water treatment facility right there. I almost forgot. So water treatment. So if we come in here, that building is huge. You know, we're going to do a little offshoot road. So we're going to go like this, and then we're going to come this way, and then we'll just cut it in there. It's not the end of the world for it to be kind of off. So we're going to go like this. And you know what? I feel like this is going to be fantastic. So if we just search up water now, so the clarifier and then the activated sludge processing, this is just going to be fantastic. And I'm glad we even got this little baby one in there too. Nice. And so let's go ahead and hook these up now. And then I want to come through here and do some fences around this to kind of block that off. And so let's go back here now that I got a little distracted there. I want to do some more buildings in here. So let's see about putting in just like a mixture of these and see what it looks like. So if we, ooh, these little baby ones are good. Yeah, these are, I don't know why there's so many different buildings in here. These are interesting, but I like doing the little buildings in the middle. I think that that is fantastic. So then we will probably come up here, do the same thing, just copy it and go like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill these in real quick. And there we go. Nice. I feel like that actually looks pretty good. It's interesting having the smaller buildings in there. I feel like it definitely creates a little more interest, and I think we'll maybe leave all this empty because maybe there's a lot of trees or something in there too, or future uses. Go ahead and let me know though, because I know in a lot of the bases that I looked at, there's like random warehouses everywhere and a bunch of storage and stuff. So maybe I'll actually just do that. So maybe we'll come in here and just do a bunch of random little warehouses that we're just going to turn into like dummy houses we're not going to actually use. So then we'll go like that, and then we will come up over here and just do the same thing. So we'll probably create a little compound. Who knows what they store there, but they're just fillers. It makes it look a little better rather than just being empty. Hey, you know what? I feel like that looks pretty good. We definitely filled in a lot of the empty space. There's still some empty space. We're going to put some trees and stuff. And then I'd gotten a suggestion to do a fence all the way around here, which I thought was just fantastic. I think for safety concerns, what we'll end up doing is literally taking this little prison fence and making it go all the way around the top section. And so with all the trees and stuff, it would just add another layer of security for this area. So what I'm going to do is jump in here, turn off snapping, and literally have it go all the way around. All right, so I had the fence go all the way around, and we have some segments that are a little iffy, like through these rocks and stuff, but we're going to go ahead and put some towers too. And I want to maybe clean up like this section right here. That looks a little iffy. So if we go ahead and just shift the ground, we should be good. So I'll come in here, just shift that up a smidge. Yeah, that looks a lot better. We'll do the same thing over here just to make it a little bit safer. We'll go like this, kind of make it out to the fence. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I feel like that looks pretty good. And then let's go ahead and do some more towers. So we're going to go ahead and go like this. We're going to literally do towers all the way around. We would want to make this safe. So then we will come up over here. Let's go ahead and do a tower over here as well. And we will do a tower over here. And this will be a lot of towers, but this is just to make sure that nobody escapes. That's really what we're trying to do here. Trying to make it so that nobody escapes. And there we go. So now we have a fence going all the way around, and this would be like a crazy facility. That fence is kind of iffy in some spaces, but it's already a double fence, so I'm not too worried about it in a lot of the spaces. And I think having the towers is just fantastic. Yeah, so visibility distance 0 meters. That's so interesting. And then now what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump into a detailing time lapse and just put up some trees, and I think we'll clean it all up, and then we will I'll show you guys whenever I'm done. Okay, so I am complete, and I decided to leave more empty space than I normally do because of the prison. I feel like having a bunch of trees around here would actually impede the security of the facility, and so I decided to just do small patches of trees, and then I went ahead and put in some offices up here. So maybe this is like some sort of department within the Navy that is housed here, and maybe they're in charge of the prison or something like that, or maybe they're in charge of the dockyards, depending on what kind of base it is. I felt like it was appropriate. I went ahead and decorated these two up, and I did a little bit of a cleaner landscaping for these, and then I just put concrete, a couple little towers. These are going to be generic industry once they grow in. It's just we don't really have a huge demand, so it could take a while. And then I decided to do a path back here for security reasons and also for walking purposes. so people within this neighborhood would be able to walk around the edge, kind of just enjoy themselves, I guess. I just put some trees in here just to provide a little bit of shade, and then I did 2 big rocks over here since this would be the entrance, and then some more trees over here, kind of hooked up our path. I kind of wish I would have done a little more trees over here. I'm really skeptical because of the overall safety of that prison, but I feel like having at least a couple more trees would probably be good. But go ahead and let me know, should we put in more trees or not? Should the island have more trees? Is it going to impede the safety of our prison if we do? And so maybe we'll come back through, because I mean, the part of me that likes landscaping definitely wants to do more trees, just because I don't like having empty space like this. I feel like it's weird, just like open grass, but it's not the end of the world. We'll go ahead and just put a couple back here. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's better than nothing. It's not much better, but all right. So I think this looks pretty good. Go ahead, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this episode, you will definitely enjoy the episode on your screen. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on Friday.